Hi everyone, it's Anna Wheaton here from Nudge Nudge Ink. I am popping on to show you a project using thoughtful expressions. This is a stamp set and set of dies that are available in the mini catalogue, the January to April 2024 mini. And if you turn to page 62, there it is. So I was initially attracted to this particular bundle because of these shapes, these dies. So there's there's 6 of these ones nesting, and then 4 of these ones. And I just thought that this one in particular was beautiful shapes. But as I'm highlighting this set this week, I'm also playing with different aspects of it, including the stamps. And a technique that I haven't done for a while came to mind, and that is the faux linen technique. So I'm going to show you what it's all about. This is one of the pieces of the designer series paper that coordinates as well. So it's called Poetic Expressions, and it's got these various patterns in it and a piece of black cardstock. How did that end up in there? I love this one. And there are some of the prints, I think, particularly, actually I should try that one, are very, they've sort of got a linen-y effect, I think. So that background, that pink, for example, is not solid pink. You may not be able to see that. It's got a little bit of a white spot to it. So that's what made me think of linen and the linen technique. So here is a piece that I have cut. Now, that reminds me, I'm just going to check that that is square, because I just did another one and it wasn't. Okay, that's all right. I will trim it before I put it on the card. All right, I've cut that for the front of a piece of card. And then what you need is, what every household would have, is just a glue stick. Now, we use Tombow often as our liquid glue, our multi-purpose liquid glue. And then there is, of course, our seal. But we're using a glue stick because we want complete coverage. Don't know if you can hear that. That's magpies have arrived outside. They're wanting me to drop everything and feed them. So complete coverage, and then you're going to grab a piece of tissue paper, screw it up, fold it out, screw it up again, and straighten it out, but you don't smooth it, all right? You want the wrinkles in it. I could even do that another couple of times if I wanted to, okay? So I have a wrinkled piece, and I'm just going to put that down and then press down on it. And I just keep pressing. I'm not going to smooth anything out. I just want to whack that down. All right. Now, ideally you would just put that aside for a while. You would want it to be bone dry before you did any trimming of it, because if you try to run your trimmer blade through that, it would just sort of pucker up, because there would be a bit of dampness in it. But I'm just going to trim it down so that I've not got that tissue paper flapping about, and put it aside for the moment. All right, now what do I mean by tissue paper? Good question. I rummaged around and tried a few different tissues. This is gift wrap tissue. So I actually bought this when you buy gift wrap tissue from a store. Okay, so for present wrapping and so on. This one is a facial tissue, which I separated. So it's 2 layers, and I just used one of them, wrinkled it up. And then this is heavier tissue that I had in my drawer, which was wrapped around a shirt or a product that was delivered. I can't remember exactly, but it definitely had a heavier feel. So you can see against the black that one is not a see-through, all right? It will work fine on if you wanted the linen look on white. This one has got a lot of fine wrinkles in it, And then this one's sort of in between. This one, it tears easily too, I found. This is the second one I did of it. When I glued the first piece of tissue and I just squished it a little bit the wrong way, it tore. So this is a little bit tougher. This is the one to use for my money. Okay, so I'll put that aside. And now, so what I've done here is I'm going to assemble this when the time comes with these layers, and I can stamp into that. But we're going to colour the bird. So this is the hummingbird. I just want to show you with the set that I show these things and I put them aside, then I don't know where they are. Here it is. I didn't even notice this till I started using them. See how we have the stamped image in all the different cases, but you've got the outline of the petals there, but then you've just got these little swirls as well. These extra little, it's just a line marking. And this is reflected in this die. So I have discovered this die and I love it. I don't mean I discovered it. I mean, I noticed this die and I love it. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out to you. It's just a nice little sort of a whimsical feature. Now, this colour is balmy, boho blue. And I always like colour. This whole suite to me is more subtles rather than bolds. So I didn't want to use the boho blue marker for this. I just went with balmy blue instead. And if you go looking for pickies of hummingbirds, it's amazing how many different colours they come in. I didn't realise. I have seen one hummingbird in the wild. Not in the wild, actually. It was in Hollywood Boulevard. We were just walking down, is it Hollywood Boulevard? And there were pot plants with beautiful, hanging baskets with beautiful, beautiful flowers in them. And I saw this tiny winged thing just zip past, and then realised that it was a hummingbird. So we sort of were racing up the street following it. So I'm just picking out some of the subtle colours that are in the papers of this set to colour this. I've now got magpies and corellas outside. It's that time of the afternoon. Silly woman trying to film a video when I should be feeding them. So there you go. That's my made up, I've decided the colour here. Little hummingbird. Okay, we'll put him aside. Now I have to trim this. Let's just hope that it is dry enough to trim. If you're not sure, sometimes we can start with the trimmer blade and it will get caught there and it will sort of smush up the paper. So what you can always do is just start on the paper, right, and then go back and do the other bit. All right, so I'm just trimming this to a better size. Holding my breath there. There we go. That is actually a good idea to make the piece that you're going to use a little bit bigger, because then you can always trim off any excess. We'll use a boho blue base. Now let's see if that's squared up, because it wasn't particularly square. No, that is not. That's a bother. Oh. There we go. I've just got a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, a little bit of something to that's beautiful on the back too. See, that's a mixture of, that looks like Moody Mauve. Let's have a look. Moody Mauve and the pink. Moody Mauve and Bubble Bath. Yes, nice. All right, put that in place. Okay, then we've got our layers. This is where you can play up a little bit and you can decide whether you want to put any of them up on dimensionals or not. Sometimes dimensionals are very handy. I mean, they're often very handy, but particularly if you haven't yet decided whether you want to put anything in behind a layer. So it can sort of leave you a little bit of under the layer space. All right, let's stamp here. I have been using lately this stamp set. The Thoughtful Expression set has some good sentiments, but those are focused. Where in the world would I be without you? Sometimes there are no words. You're in my thoughts today. Enjoy your day. So I just wanted something a little bit less of a sympathy type thing. Don't know if you find that you open it and then you can't work out which one it is because you're reading backwards. So this is Best Wishes, and I'm going to use boho blue for that. Like so. Whenever you go to stamp on one of those layers, just make sure that you have it the right way up, because the edges are important. So your stitches look finished and indented on this side. They're a bit rough and lacking definition on the other side. I'm just going to add that one flat. Okay, now let's grab our, oh, that's rather lovely. So he's going to be, she identifies as, see when I attach that, part of him's going to be on the layering of the sentiments, part of him is going to be on the card front, which of course has been raised up. So that's why I put a dimensional for that part, and then this part I'm just going to do with some Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. I'll just prop those wings up a little bit further out. And make sure he's not too far off the edge of the card. You're probably thinking now, why didn't she add the Tombow? I don't know. Why didn't she do that before she stuck it on? She can't talk and do things at the same time. Okay, there we go. Now I know I've got another flower over here. When you use Tombow, see how that just pops up because it hasn't set yet. So if I just return every now and then and give that a little bit of a press, it will grip. I don't have to put everything on hold. Here's a flower I prepared earlier. Now here are these gorgeous little swirly things that I've cut, also in boho blue. So I just use my take your pick tool to cut out the extra bits. Now I've made a card where I've cut a bunch of these out with the adhesive sheets. Because they're so fine, you wouldn't want to be adding glue to that section. However, you've got this middle section where you would have no problem with some glue sticking in there. Oh, that looks good. Let's do that. So I add some glue in the middle there. I don't worry about the outside. As long as it's stuck down, we'll be happy. Colours I used for the bird are Balmy Blue, Soft Sea Foam, and Bubble Bath. Now, do I add another one? Sometimes it's a good idea, and other times it's just not necessary. That's why it's good to just place it. I don't want it to be directly opposite that. That might work, but that's sticking out a bit for my liking. So I'm going to cut a bit of that off. That'll be hidden. Yeah, is it a little bit uniform? Same amount sticking out either side. It's big decisions here. Okay, I'll give that a go. I'm not sure that I'm completely convinced with that, but there. So see, those two things have stuck down there. Now this, part of this suite too is some of these, oh, they're not listed there, but let me find them. Champagne, I don't have them, is what I'm leading to. I've come across them. We've used them for a prize patrol, and I've done a share with them. Champagne iridescent dots. They're not adhesive backed, so they're good for shaker cards. And I'd love to use them, but I don't have any. So I'll show you my alternative. We have the adhesive backed solid gems. They're in copper clay, boho blue, and lemon lolly. So we're going to use the boho blue. They've got a bit of, they're faceted, so they really do catch the light beautifully. Odd number here. And I'll add another one down here. There. Oh, no, I'm going to add two there. That's going to bother me. No, I'm going to put that one back. I'll add two, but two different sizes. Oh, that's better. Okay. So there you have the faux linen technique. I had also cut, these are, some of these leaves are lovely. These are also in the die set, but I don't really want to add those now. I think that would be too much. Oh, maybe that's all right. We do that. And they are in the soft sea foam. So see what I mean by having that layer? That blue layer is up on dimensional, so that allows me to do some after tucking. I thought my card was finished, but just adding a little bit more, tucking it in under there. And this, oh, thought I'd pulled it out. And then there's this gorgeous leaf too. Yeah. Okay, so there you have an example of the faux linen technique. Now I've got a couple of others to show you. So I did it on the pink as well. So there you have an idea of a pink layer. I'll show you it in a card. So that's the same color combination pretty much. Oh no, I did use, that must be granny apple green, I think, different green. That's okay. And this is just a cute opening card there. So that's just folding that front layer back a little bit. This middle panel is from our light and airy paper, which is part of our Celebration freebies. 1, 2. Now, here's an example of a card I showed yesterday. That's without the faux linen. So that's just the paper. So you get to see just a little bit of a comparison of what is added there. So there's the same card design. One just plain and the other with the faux linen. And then nothing to do with faux linen, but something to do with that cute die is there is that die cut out multiple times on pattern paper, I'm sorry, colored paper, using the adhesive sheets. So that's how those are staying down so well. They're not lifting at the edges, whereas that doesn't worry me on that card. Okay, So there you go. That's a little bit of a walk through the faux linen technique. It won't be a new technique for many of you, but it might be one that you haven't tried for a while. And so you might just seek out a set where you can apply it. So if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel to watch more videos. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.